Hola.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that background, buddy.
Man, it looks even nicer when it's daylight and you see the ocean.
I don't know. I kind of like that blue neon, the ambiance. It looks really nice. How come nobody's swimming in the pool though?
Here, wait, I'll switch it up. I'll make it distracting. How's that?
There we go. Now we're all up in the club. We're all up in the club while we while we do our trainings. Ooh, ooh.
Hi, Gary.
Hey, good morning or good evening, whatever it is, where you're
Yeah,
at.
it's good evening here. It's almost midnight. Just quick question. I did my GoDaddy domain, and the website uh, ends with .godaddysites.com. Is that correct?
I'm sorry, you cut out a little bit there. I heard you went to the GoDaddy website, and then what did you say
No,
after
I
that?
got my domain, and it ends with .godaddysites.com. Is that correct? Or is it shouldn't have the GoDaddy sites?
It shouldn't have the GoDaddy sites. It should just be your domain name.com, and that's it.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, recheck that. What was the cost? Around $20 for the domain name?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep, I would definitely recheck that and see. Sounds like there's an issue. There was something wrong when you actually obtained that domain name because that shouldn't have that big long URL.
No, when I check it, the name is the Irish Crown, so it's the irishcrown.com. But when I launch the site, it has the .godaddy sites.
Okay, I'll actually help and look into that at some point for you because on this training, when we get started, we're actually going to be in Shopify where we connect the domain name and you're going to add me as an admin to your Shopify store. That way I'll be able to go in and make sure everything is accurate and correct. If I see something wrong, such as what you're mentioning, we'll address that together and get it taken care of for sure.
All right, understood. Thanks.
Sure thing. So right now it's 11:02 my time. We're going to give it just a couple more minutes to see who else is coming on. Yesterday we had 16 participants. Right now we have 9. So maybe there's a few more coming in a little bit late. So we'll give them 2 more minutes, a chance to come on board, and then we'll get started 11:05 my time, and we'll get going from there. I
Hey,
see
what's going
Romeo. Go ahead.
on? I just see a friend over there. I see Derek. Just wanted to say hello.
Derek, hey, he's our new recruit today, coming on board as an affiliate during the training, and he missed yesterday. Derek, if you want to take your phone off microphone mute and say hello, that would be cool.
Yeah. Hey, good to be here. I've known Jim for a few years already, and yeah, I'm excited.
Nice to have you on board. We are sending out a
Thanks for
recording of yesterday, so you'll have that to watch and catch up with everyone else. It's about an hour long and a lot of great content in there as well.
All right.
Okay, so far we have one more person joining, and we'll give it one more minute. So we're up to 10 participants. And I want to touch on that for a minute because here's the thing. It kind of upsets me a little bit knowing that yesterday we had 16 participants and then today, as of right now, we have 10. Where the other 6 are, I'm not quite sure because this really should be your priority. Like if you made it to day one, this should be your 100% priority. And the reason being is in my mind, it's like most people, they work to earn, right? And they're always chasing the dollar. They're chasing the dollar. And what sucks about that business model is that you kind of get stuck in exchanging your time for dollars, and you only have so many hours in the day to work, so you could only make so much money. Instead of working to earn, I always look to, I like to work to learn. So when you're working to learn, you could learn something once. Like once you gain this understanding from this training that's going to last this week, once you have this understanding, once you have the tools, it's just a matter of duplication. It's like doing something once that you could benefit from and make money for the rest of your life, right? Once you have it, you have it. And Romeo is a prime example. I know, Derek, you weren't on yesterday's call, but Romeo was our first affiliate that we trained. And I trained him for the second quarter of 2020. He launched his first stores, and he did, one of his stores did 60,000 in sales. We showed the results from his store yesterday on that training. And it's like, now he just goes balls to the wall crazy. Like yesterday's training, he got off the training within a few hours. He had everything set up, not only that he was supposed to set up today, but he just kept going because he just knows what he's doing. He doesn't want to wait. He's like, I already know this. So, he's setting up the next step. He's setting up the next step. I don't have to explain anything anymore because he just knows what to do. So I can't stress enough the importance to be on these calls, get the understanding, get the information, and then you never have to worry about it again. You have the information with you for every trend that we come up to. You already know the steps to implement to be successful, to get yourself sales. I really don't have to give Romeo like any guidance anymore other than, here, Romeo, here's the trend, here's the products we're selling, here's our assets. He just goes ahead and takes it all, puts it all in place, and then he runs with it. He knows his one and only job every day, once everything is in place, is to simply go ahead and check his marketing, turn on the campaigns that are working, turn off what's not working, duplicate some marketing that's working just to get more sales and make more money. And that's his routine. Romeo, real quick, if you take your phone or your microphone off mute, share with us a little bit, how much time would you say you spend each day with the campaigns? I know that it's periodically, you like to check them all the time, but if you had to actually look at the time spent daily, once everything is up, how much time would you say you spent to do that $60,000 in sales with one of your first stores?
So, hi everyone. First, I'm very excited to be here. It's not a lot. Like when you get used to it, like you need to set up in the morning, like give it like actually set it up like a night before. It take me like 30 minutes, put my thoughts, choose the campaign, choose the budget. And then the next morning I launch it. At 12 o'clock, I check what I need to turn off and on. And then I'm going to the pool or the beach, and then I turn it on and off from my phone. I don't even need to be there. In my other business, I have to be there all the time. It's like, at the mall, at the kiosk, I have to be there. I have to watch my employees, what they do. It's totally different. So I'm more excited to make money over the phone than make money in the mall,
And that's a great way to put it, Romeo, because again, getting this information, once you have it, you have it. And what's exciting about what we do, why we do what we do, yeah, the money's great, but this is all about freedom, right? It's about freedom to be where you want to be in this entire world. Anywhere you want to be, you can be, as long as you have laptop, phone, Wi-Fi, as long as you can access your marketing, you're going to make money from no matter where you are or what you're doing. So this is all about gaining that freedom to have that lifestyle that you really want. And whether you take this information and stay with us or you start to do things on your own, that's cool as well. It really doesn't matter. Whatever works best for you. It's most important, get the understanding, get the knowledge, get the tools, get the assets, put everything in place, see success. And then from there, that's kind of like a stepping stone or a jumping off point to the next step and the next step. Maybe this isn't even fully for you for the long term, but get the information and understanding, because e-commerce is only going to go up. And maybe down the road, you don't really want to sell what we sell, or you don't want to do what we do. That's cool too. Maybe you have your own ideas and you'll be able to implement them, create different brands, because right, once you know this, you don't just have to have one brand or one store. With this business model, when you understand it, you can have multiple. Romeo just learned this year, and Romeo, how many stores and brands in all did you create this year so far?
So I open up, after yesterday, it's like 4 stores. The first store, I tried to sell swimsuits in the winter. Did not work. I love swimsuits, but people don't want to buy swimsuit in the winter. So, so yeah, I did Juliet's models, sell the swimsuits, do all the stuff. Then the 2 stores, like My Pride and My Freedom,
use my email.
we sell the baseball jerseys.
Yes, yes.
And what I learned is this trend, I'm gonna do 2 stores
the same email.
because you never know what's gonna come up. Sometimes the more stores you have, the more money you make. This is what I learned.
And there you go. And it's great that you just shared your story about your first store. You didn't see sales, but it was a great learning experience. And in the industry, it's either one of 2 things, right? You're either going to learn or you're going to earn. So his first story, he didn't actually follow exactly what we do in the beginning. He didn't actually sell the products that we showed. So he wasn't fully aligned, right? He didn't have the timing right. He was trying to sell a product at the wrong time. And we've already talked about this yesterday, and I'll mention it again. You have to sell the right product to the right audience at the right time, in the right way, at the right price. Malawan, if I'm saying your name correctly, could you put your microphone on mute, please?
มันส่งเมลมาให้แม่ไอวีเดิมไหมไอวีไม่รู้
Actually, I can mute it. There we go. All right. Did it work? There we go. Okay. All right, back in business. So that's some of the stuff I wanted to share just to get started. The importance of being on these trainings are only 5 days. Man, that's it. Once you finish the training in the 5 days, you have the recordings. And I understand, something super important comes up, you can't make it. You're going to have the recordings to go back and watch anyway. But I feel it's so important to actually be part of the live discussion, the live training, because you kind of have a better takeaway of everything when it's live. So we got up to 11 participants, had 16 yesterday. So that's where we are. I'm going to share my screen now and get into what we have to do for today's training and then what you have to do before next training to be prepared for tomorrow's training, which is going to take place at the exact same time today, which is 11 a.m. on Tuesday, my time, and different for everyone else. Before I get into the actual training part, Jim, do you have anything that you want to share on your end before we get started?
Guys, I just want to say thanks again for showing up tonight or for today, for those of you that it's daytime. Guys, as Gary was saying, what we have to share is really just a simple step-by-step process. That as long as we can follow these steps, as long as you participate and follow along, then what we'll show you is exactly what to do to generate your first sale and how to turn those up so you can generate consistent sales, which allows you ultimately to create the lifestyle that you want. And so it's not that difficult. And so I'm glad that you're here. For any of you, there's been a few of you today that have reached out to me regarding your email, regarding your phone, regarding your different phases of setup. For those of you that are not in the US, in order to get a Google Voice number, if you're using Google Voice, it's the cheapest option, right? There's Ring Central as well. That's another option. It's a little bit more expensive. If you're using Google Voice, you have to have a US, you have to be in the US. So you either have to be using a VPN if you're out of the US, but you also have to have a US phone number to tie that to. So Google Voice is a really cool tool as long as you already have a US phone number. If you do not have a US phone number, then Google Voice is not a viable option, and then Ring Central becomes an option for you. And so anyway, wherever you are, So Derek, by the way, so after this call or even tomorrow, whenever you have time, you and I can go over what was missed yesterday, just to get you caught up. So guys, today we're gonna get right into it. Gary's gonna show you exactly how to literally plug and play this system. So each of you have set up Shopify, has set up your Google email, have set up your domain, and some of you have set up your phone number. So the next part today, literally as simple as it gets, we are going to give you the file that you upload into Shopify that gives you a complete store. The store is already done. It's the same store we use. So literally nothing other than uploading it and changing out our information with yours, with the information that you had yesterday. So Gary's gonna walk you through that. I'm gonna go put my microphone back on mute, but I'm here listening and I'll add my 2 cents as we go along.
Excellent. Sounds good. So Jim mentioned that Ring Central is an alternative to Google Voice to get your number. My experience in the past, I've also used eVoice. So, and again, just like yesterday, make sure you have a pen and paper available because we are going to get into a lot of details about creating your Shopify store today. And there's very important keynotes that you'll want to implement as soon as we get off this call so you're prepared for tomorrow's training. So having something to take notes is super important, especially on any training. I think it's always important to be ready to take notes, especially if it's one valuable piece of information that you'll have with you for the rest of your life. It's going to stick a little bit better when you write that down. So we have Ring Central and eVoice as 2 alternatives to Google Voice. Glad we went over that. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen now so we can begin the training. Okay, here we go. So Romeo decided his choice from yesterday's training was to go with the store name, The Infinity Jewelry. So it was really cool. And one of yesterday's tasks was to possibly get yourself a logo. This is his logo that he created within minutes. After he got off the call, he sent it to me. So he's got the Infinity Jewelry. He's got his little Infinity logo with the diamond. So it was pretty cool. We did it very quickly, very easy. And then you get to this. So he set up his Shopify store. It looks like this in the beginning. And you'll notice right here, he's got the green check mark for the add domain. Okay, that's what you want to do first. You just click on it, view the domain settings, and then right here, you'll be able to connect your existing domain. So yesterday, after the call, you set up your domain name with GoDaddy, just like Romeo did with the infinityjewelry.com, and he connected it very quick, very simple. That step is totally done. So that's right off the bat what you want to do. Once you have your domain name connected and they're seeing each other, the very next thing I really need you to do is give me access to your store as an admin. This is so important because when you're new, if you have mistakes, if you forget to do something, I don't want you to stress. I don't want you to worry. I'm going to be in your store making sure that everything is functioning properly, that everything looks professional, and you're ready to go before you press the button. You know, before this is actually go, I'm going to make sure, you know, you're on point and you're good to go. So to do that, you'll see down here in the corner, settings. Okay, you'll want to go to your settings. Up here, plan and permissions. And you'll notice staff accounts. He added me, Romeo added me as an admin. So to add me, you would just hit add a staff account and the email address. Everyone's getting emails directly from me at gw@ecommasterminds.com. You want to take that email, put it in there to send me an invite. I'll get an email that you're inviting me to be an admin on your store. Once I'm in, I'm able to help you. If you don't do this step, I can't help, and you'd be on your own, and it would be much, much tougher. Okay, so once you have these 2 steps done, we could begin building your store from scratch. This actually gets a little bit exciting for me because when I trained Romeo in the beginning, I had him actually copy and paste all the content of the store, and it didn't look as good. It functioned. The importance of Shopify store is to make sure it's functionable to get sales. but he had to copy and paste all the language, all the terminology. He had to save the images to his desktop and upload them. A little bit time consuming. So we just made that super simple, where now we have the theme, we have the product collection, and at a few clicks of a button, we can now upload that into your store. So you have everything done for you within minutes. So we're going to do that now, going into first the online store. And here, this is my first time uploading the theme and uploading the collection. Jim just sent it to me. You'll notice here, there's 5 different squares. This one is going to give you the Shopify theme that we have, so it looks the same. This one here is going to be the product collection that we're selling, so you could sell the exact same stuff that we did 290,000 in sales the last quarter that we sold this jewelry collection. And these 3 here are your 3 pages that we're going to do tomorrow. So today we'll do the theme, we'll do the product collection in Shopify, working on the details of Shopify, and then tomorrow we're going to get into adding your pages that people actually see and actually get excited to buy from you. So tomorrow we'll simply upload the entry point page, the upsell, and the downsell, which is the pendant necklace, the earrings, and the ring. You're going to have those tomorrow. So that's tomorrow's training. So important to be on that, because tomorrow you're going to have your pages. After today, you're going to have your store, and we're getting one step closer to eventually having your marketing, where you start to get sales and make money as of this weekend coming up. Okay, so I want to show you that. So here we go. The first time I'm doing it is, Jim, correct me if I'm wrong somewhere, but I'm going to go to download theme file, or no? No?
So you'll go right on the left-hand side. It says theme library. There's a button that says upload theme in the middle of the screen, left-hand side, bottom.
Right here?
There.
See, guys, I'm learning today. Three years later, I still learn from Jim. I'm forever learning from this guy. So I'm going to go to upload theme, choose my file. Luckily, I've already saved this to my desktop. And it's the theme for Celtic Knot. Open. Upload file. Jim, did you say this takes a while when uploading?
Yeah, so when it uploads, initially it'll be done. It takes 30, 40 seconds, and then it uploads. And then you'll see this spinning wheel. That spinning wheel takes about 20 to 25 minutes to thoroughly integrate the theme into your site. So you can go through the rest of the site and the rest of the setup. We'll come back to this, and in a few minutes, this will be done.
Excellent. So there you go. That's how fast you have the same theme that we had, you have for yourself in such a short amount of time. And just to see what you're going to have, because I know, Derek, you weren't on yesterday's call, but this is the thing. What you see here is what you're going to get as well. And then we could make some tweaks to customize it for yourself with your own company name that you created yesterday, adding your phone number, your email, and your own logo if you have your own logo as of yet. But we're going to get to this in a little bit. While that loads, we could go over here. So we were just under online store. We clicked on themes and we went over to upload theme. Next, we're going to go into the products, into the collections. Am I right, Jim? Going to collections for uploading? No?
Yeah, so if you go back to products, there's an import button at the very top under products.
There it is.
So
there it is. So guys, everybody could see I'm learning at the same time you are with this step, import. And we're going to add the file for our collection. Here's our products export. Hey, I got the thumbs up from Jim. Look, all the content, images, how cool is this? Everything that we've already built, that our entire team has built, you're getting for a click of a button. I'm so excited to see this because I've never seen how quick and easy it is, but all the products, right now we're doing 3 products in a collection. Imagine if we're selling like a dozen products. You can literally click a button and have the whole, everything that we built, that we spent years in testing all these products to find out what's going to sell the best for a given trend. You click a button and you get it all. How cool is this? I love it. So right now we're importing products. We're importing the theme. We're looking professional. And hopefully, Jim, do you know, does this take time as well to upload the collection? Do I need to X out of it for now to keep moving with the training, or what's your thoughts here?
If you wait, this will be done. It'll take about 30 seconds.
Oh, there we go. Whoa. I'm so excited to see all this because this is stuff that I did over the course of a long time, right? These are all products here. Look at this. Look, it's so cool that I can now go ahead and just click that button. And let's see, this one. So we bought 10,000 pieces of this Celtic knot pendant. That's going to be in our fulfillment center. So when you're getting sales, you don't have to worry about shipping. You don't have to worry about anything. We're going to go ahead and take care of that right from our fulfillment center. But, you know, what I had Romeo do, he had to copy all this information about each and every product that we sold. He had to put all this information in. He had to go and save all these images, look, create all these tags. He had to do all this information just to get a product in a store. He had to go down here and add and it wasn't him actually having to come up with the verbiage, right? He just had to copy and paste what we already did. So he'd copy and paste everything to actually have his store up and running. And here we just clicked the button and had everything. Let's preview what it looks like. Romeo, what do you think about this?
So I think it's amazing. I spent so much time to put every single picture, and oh my God, and I always forget something, you know.
So I got a great story for you real quick. So with the last trend, Romeo had his store that we're selling the USA Baseball Freedom jerseys called My Liberty Jersey, right? And he's selling, and PayPal started to hold his money, right? Because he's a new store and he was growing so fast. PayPal's like, whoa, you're growing too fast. You have to verify with us that, you know, you're shipping the product and getting it out the door. So he had to upload these tracking. So PayPal started to hold it. He's growing so fast, like all these sales coming in. He's growing so fast. PayPal started to hold his money. He's like, Gary, I can't have PayPal hold all my money. I need to keep going. I'm like, create a whole nother store. Just duplicate everything. He's like, oh my God, it's so much to do, because he had to copy each and every product image, all the product verbiage. He had to copy and paste all this and do it. And he's like, oh my God, it took him a few hours, but mentally he was like, oh my God, this is just so much. Now, if something like that happens, it's like, you know, he went from creating My Liberty jersey, he created My Pride jersey. So it was almost the same thing. He just changed the name, changed everything up, had a different PayPal account, and boom, he was able to keep going while he waited for PayPal to release the funds from the sales and kept going. So that's why he had two stores for the same trend, is simply because of PayPal was holding his money because he grew too fast. Hey, if you grow too fast, you're going to run into roadblocks and hurdles that you have to overcome. So great job with Romeo and thinking quick to create the new store and do everything. Now, buddy, you don't have to worry about being overwhelmed, because you can copy and paste the theme, copy and paste the product collection, and you're going to have all this just like that. Here's the product. So this is super exciting. Let's go back into, now that we have our collection, we have our theme. I'm just seeing if it actually populated. All right, we're still loading. So here, Jim, it says I could see the theme here.
Under actions.
Yes.
Hit publish.
You keep seeing warning signs where the password page is enabled. No big deal. We're not selling right now, so that doesn't matter. But once your page is all functioning and in place, you certainly want to take off that password page being enabled, so that way your store is live. Okay, so we published this. Okay, so our store is starting to come together. Let's go into customize.
I thought.
Thought what?
Yeah, so typically the images transfer with it, but the images that we use, I'll just upload them to the folder so you can add them when you go through this process that you're about to show.
Let's see where we are so far. So it's starting to come together.
So this site is complete. The only thing that it's missing are each of these images that are blank. So we need to go in and attach the right images to them. So there's a little bit of setup required, but we can go through each of these and go through, we'll just have to walk through that. I need to get the images over to the Google Drive.
Yeah, and real quick, Jim, since we can't see the product images, I imagine all we have to do is just add the collection to the home page, correct?
So go down to the left-hand side of the menu, go down to the very bottom. You should see, not blogs, you should see right there, say Celtic Knot, the third from right there. Click on that. And then select collection.
Yep. So guys, this is something that you want to do. Once you have your theme, you've uploaded the collection to your Shopify store. What we're doing right now is we're just taking the collection that's already there and we're connecting it to our home page. So that way, if somebody goes to theinfinityjewelry.com domain, it's going to take them to this home page where they're actually going to see the full collection. So that's all we have to do here is.
So before we do this, we actually have to go create the collection. So we've added the products. We need to create the collection for those products. So if you go back to the store, leave this window open, go to the next tab that's open.
So I don't have a tab open for this store. I'll open a new one.
Oh, you're right. Not that one.
Here, guys, you'll see all the stores that we have going on at different times of the year right there. You'll notice when we started this training, only the add domain was checked. Now all of a sudden we added the theme, we added the product. So these check marks are being put in place. So Jim, you want me to go into
products,
collections,
and then, right. And then create a collection. There's a button on the upper right-hand corner.
Oh, I can't see it with our heads in the way. There it is.
And so then just call it the Celtic Knot Collection, or and then do manual. Actually, you can do automated. You can do the product tag equals to Celtic. And then just hit save. Okay, so that means that we don't have the tags yet for, so if you go back to products, we just need to add the Celtic tag to those other two products. So open up the bottom, the Celtic knot, and what was the other one that was missing? Earrings?
I didn't catch it. Let's see, earrings.
Yeah, so just add the word Celtic as a tag. Save, and then go back to the necklace or the pendant. Do the same thing.
And an easier way to do this, all the ones that we wanted on the home page, if we could have categorized them right here. If we click the home page, it's going to automatically import it in each one. You want to continue to do it this way, Jim, where we're adding the Celtic tag, or do you want us to just click the home page?
One more, so you can add the tag to one more, and it'll be automatic.
Okay.
But in the future, if you make a mass change or a mass update, then that's an easy way to do it also.
All right. What was the other one that we need to do?
Bottom, the Celtic knot.
Right here. And everybody on the call and moving forward, you won't have to worry about doing this. It'll be done. It'll just be a quick upload. So now that we added those.
Also, really just to explain something that just in case this doesn't make sense, you'll notice that there's 7 products here. 3 of the products have capital letters. The other 3 products have lowercase letters, and then there's 1 collection. The ones that are uppercase, the reason those exist is those are hidden from the store, and those are used with tomorrow when we set up the funnel. These are products only for the funnel, so they have reduced pricing, better discounts to incentivize the buyer to buy. But the ones that show up on the store are the ones with the lowercase, so those are full retail. That what people see when they go to your store.
Okay, and now that we have those added as the Celtic tag, we're going where? Back into collections?
Make sure they're there, which they should be. Bingo. Okay, so that's done. Now go back to your Shopify edit tab. The other infinity. Well, you
Right here, right? Customize.
got it. So sometimes the page airs out if you have 2 windows open at the same time.
Yeah, I just noticed that. I have the old one here. Let's just close out that one. Here we go. Okay, so now we go back down to Celtic knot.
There you go. It's already there.
There it is. So we have those images.
So everything else are images that I'll give you access to. So as soon as we get off the call, all the images from our store, I'll go upload to the same document or same folder where all these are at. And then each of these are very simple to edit. So if you just hit the back button, just to show you how simple they are to edit. So at the very top, you click on the first desktop slideshow. So these are all in sequential order, right? So these can be edited and moved around. And so to scroll down to the bottom, see where it says image slide. So there's several different images here. To select it, you'll select the image, and then I'll give you the files to upload. And so it's literally as simple as pointing and clicking and then saving, and then the images are already here. So the entire format of this site's already done. The only thing that's missing are the images that I thought they uploaded when I saved this, but I guess I was wrong. So I'll go upload those images now after this call so that it's easy to get this set up.
So in other words, when I send out the email to everybody with the links to go ahead and upload your theme and upload the collection, this will all be done. Once we handle it, this will all be done. Correct, Jim? Once they upload it, they're going to see the images. They don't actually have to go in and select the image themselves.
So I believe so. I don't know why it didn't save with it already. So if just in case it's not done that way, we'll make it easy and I'll organize them so that you know what image goes where.
Okay.
So hopefully when I'm able to redo this, it'll have everything complete. If not, then I'll have a folder where you can find those images and show you which one goes where. So I'll make it easy to understand where to put them.
Okay, so the reason that we're just having a little hiccup here is this is the first time that we're trying to make this where it's kind of plug and play, right? As soon as you upload your theme, upload the collection, boom, everything is there for you. This is the first time we're making it this simplistic. Again, last trend, I taught Romeo how to copy and paste everything and build his own store. So this process is going to be so much easier for you once we finish turning it totally into plug and play. Does all this make sense, Romeo, on your end from what you're seeing?
Yes, and it's again, I'm still in shock. Like, how easy is that?
Yep. And then, this is as easy as going in. You're always going to have your sections here. If there's anything that you want to make personable for yourself, everything is here that you could just click and make an edit and make a change at any time.
And just to show you how simple that is, like if you were to just for example, turn off, see the I button next to each of those descriptions? Like if you go down to the bottom, let's say turn off blogs or turn off anything else on the page, it'll actually turn that off so you won't see it. If you want to add a section, you can click add a section, and then you can create new options of what you want to put on your page. So just because this is the layout we use, this is a layout that we use that's tried and tested. However, it doesn't mean that this is the only way it has to be done. So add your own creative spark, add your own creative flair. To be able to do that, it's all quite easy. And here it's point and click.
And just to show you the very top here, Jim, where do I go for the header up here?
Yep, so go hit the back menu, very top right there. And then click on theme settings. And then scroll down, you're looking at header strip.
Yep. So on the header strip,
those are the colors of what you're going to use up there if you want to change those. And then if you hit back, go to the logo and favicon. That's going to allow you to upload your own logo in replacement of what's there now.
Yeah, see how we have the Celtic knot. If, for instance, Romeo, he has the infinity jewelry. So I think I already saved that somewhere on my desktop. So if I wanted to swap that out, I would just pick it, open. That's taking a little while to load, but it's just going to swap out the logo. So now we just, go ahead.
Size by doing that max logo, you can bring that down to like 100, even 115. So depending on the size of your logo, if you use a square logo, then you're going to use up more space. And so you can go with a smaller logo size so it still fits.
There you go. So we made it smaller to fit a little bit and look more clean. The reason I'm showing you this, guys, is once you have all of our stuff, you can rebrand it to make it your own. You're literally like stealing everything, taking everything that we do and making it your own. It's okay. And so, you know, if you want to turn the Celtic knot store into the Infinity Jewelry store, that's how you do it. We just changed the logo. That's why I mentioned picking a logo. The phone number, of course, you do want to change out the phone number to whatever you chose because you want your customers to contact you. This is going to be your own store. So it's changing out the contact phone number, changing out the logo, and this section here, changing out the phone number there. Once you do those, this part of the store, the homepage, becomes your own. So let's just back this up and go out. I don't want to save those changes. Again, that'll be simplistic to upload the theme, upload the collection, change out anything you want to make it your own, and that part is done. So that's the main part. That's your home page that houses your collection, houses the products. That's done. And then we have to move over to just a few other things that I want to touch on for this training. I don't want to overwhelm you and have you do too much. I mean, that's going to set up the homepage of your store, which is great. We'll get into details on the final day of training when we actually put everything into play and make it live. But here's another section I want to show you that you could do. This is kind of simple, is going into, so this was Romeo's page. My Liberty jersey was his homepage for Shopify, where we're selling these USA Freedom jerseys. And you'll notice as you scroll down, remember, he was copying and pasting what we were doing, so it didn't quite look as good. Look at it. He had an image here that was cutting off the head, and it wasn't. But guess what? He still did 60,000 in sales, right? So the pages have to look perfect and beautiful. The store has to function. You want your store to function properly because people are buying from the pages, not the store. So you'll see he actually had this. You won't have this problem because we're giving you the code for it to be plug and play. But Romeo really didn't need this. This is the header, as you'll see at the top of his store. He already had it in place. For some reason, he added it a second time. And I'm glad that we're seeing this mistake done because you get sales regardless. I didn't check his work here. Here's his products that he was selling in the store. Down here, this is what I want to get into now. So these are the legal pages on your store. You'll want to put in the, so this is the home page, and then here are the legal pages. So you'll notice About Us. The way to actually take these pages, About Us, going into, this is literally copying and pasting. So you'll see when we go into right here, legal. So create these legal pages. You'll have this done. Your store, home page, and your legal pages will be done on before our next call. So right here is all you have to do. You could even use My Liberty Jersey, and right here, copy. You're highlighting all the information, copy, going into your new store. All right, I'm sorry. This is, that's the About Us. I don't see it. So right here is privacy. Here's your privacy policy. So that's one of the legal pages. You highlight all the information, copy, paste it in your privacy policy. So now you have all this. What you need to do is just go through anywhere where it has, see this says orders at mylibertyjersey.com. Romeo created the Infinity Jewelry.com. So now this legal page becomes your own. So you just want to scroll down anywhere where you see the email or phone number, you add your own, and then that's done. So there was 2 sections here. Orders at the Infinity Jewelry.com. So that's done. So I'm not going to do all the legal pages just to not bore you on this call, but that's all you have to do to create legal pages for your store. You just made it your own. Orders at theinfinityjewelry.com. Privacy policy is complete. So you'll do that. If you notice, this is refund policy. You're going to see the return policy right here. You would do the same thing. Copy all that information. Go into your store. I'll write this down if you want to go to Romeo's store and take his legal page information and make it your own. That store is mylibertyjersey.com. So mylibertyjersey.com will get you to that homepage that you just saw where you could go in and grab his legal pages and make those changes. So we'll do it to the terms of service, shipping policy. Then you have yourself some legal pages. Any questions so far? Okay, so that's going to be the home page, the legal pages. At a later training, we're going to go into some of the details where we add some of the payment processing ways to do business, such as PayPal, right? So you're going to collect payments one of 2 ways, either through your Shopify store or PayPal. So on our final training day, we're going to create a PayPal account that we're going to connect to 2 areas, to our Facebook Ads Manager and to your store. So that way we have PayPal as an option for your buyers. Your buyers want 2 options to make payments, either directly through your checkout with Shopify or through your PayPal business account. That's going to be the 2 options. We'll do the PayPal business account on the final day of this training. We'll connect it right here, payments. When going into payments, you'll notice this is, we connected a business checking account. So if you have a checking account, you would attach it here for Shopify payments. What that allows you to do is when your customers are they're checking out, they're making a purchase from you, well, Shopify will automatically send that money into your business checking account so you have access to it. Depending on if it's the week or the weekend, it might take a day to 3 days for that to go into your account. And then we also attach a PayPal account. You'll notice Romeo hasn't done that as of yet. Right now, we just have Shopify payments. Your store accepts. I'm sorry. See, he's jumping ahead of me. He's already done it. PayPal Express checkout. So he created his PayPal account. If you didn't already do that, we're going to do that on the final day. And then he just connected it. So he's moving ahead. He already connected the PayPal account, Shopify account. He's done. So he has everything functioning and ready to go there. Before our next call tomorrow, right here is very important, apps. You'll need to go into apps, and Romeo jumped ahead of us again because he's already set up stores. He knows what he's doing. We're going to show you how to connect your funnel builder app. Okay, you're going to need this for tomorrow's call because this is where we add our pages. Now, Jim, you mentioned that we have a link. Instead of them having to go to Funnel Builder and install this, there's a way that our affiliates could go in and just add this app. Can you share with us how that should be done with the link that we have already?
Absolutely. So with our relationship with the owner of Funnel Builder, he's a friend of mine. And so he's allowed us to earn a very high commission on the sales of the products. And so what I mean by that is we get paid 50% of the sign up of when somebody signs up for the new service, and we earn 30% every month. The reason I'm sharing that with you is this is something that Gary and I would like to share back with those of you that sign up your friends or your other affiliates that want to sell this as well. Then it allows you to earn not only the residual of the sales that are coming in, but also of some guaranteed payments of monthly service fees.
Okay, excellent. So we're going to send that out, that link. We're going to send that out after this training so everyone can import that. Romeo's already done it, but everyone else could go ahead and just click on it and import it into their app section. Correct, Jim?
Absolutely.
Okay, great. So a quick recap so far as to where we are. After this call, before tomorrow's call, the steps that you want to have in place. You'll need to upload the theme that we give you. You'll need to upload the collection that we give you. You'll need to copy and paste the legal pages from Romeo's page, mylibertyjersey.com. You'll need to copy and paste that content into your store so you have your legal pages. Then you'll want to go to your apps section to install Funnel Builder. So that way you're prepared for the next training to be able to take our pages, upload them to your own, and that way we have a full functioning funnel completed after tomorrow's training. I'm just checking to see if there's anything else I want to go over on this call, this training, but I think we covered the basics as to what I wanted to accomplish as of right now. What time do we have? Yeah, it's 11:53. I like to keep these calls at about an hour. I know we had some hiccups because we didn't have the images in yet. That's a learning experience for Jim and I that it'll be much more simplistic, and you'll be ready for tomorrow's call when we give you the link. Jim, anything else you think that you want to discuss or share on this initial Shopify setup? I think having the home pages, having the legal pages is enough. Remember, give me access. You know, once you have your domain connected, you want to give me access go down to settings, go to plan and permissions, add me, which is invite me to be a staff member, an admin, which is gw@ecommasterminds.com. Anything else you could think of, Jim, for this training, this call, this hour that we need to share with everyone for them to be prepared for tomorrow's training?
So I really hope that you've got the impression that this is not a difficult thing to get set up with. So what I do ask is that there are a lot of moving pieces, right? So if this is new to you, if this is kind of confusing, don't worry, you're not alone. It's confusing for everyone when they get started. But we're here to hold your hand and to make sure that you have the tools to be able to set this up the right way. And some of those tools also include our Facebook group. So guys, I really invite you, like, look, if you want to send me messages, I'm always going to respond. I'm always going to say hello and give you my 2 cents. But if you want to help each other grow, if you've got a question, if you've got a comment, if you got something that you're stuck on, present it to the group. I'm willing to bet that Romeo probably knows how to answer your question. I'm willing to bet that as we all get the hang of this, we'll be able to answer each other's questions of what have we learned, what have we realized, what are we doing. So let's utilize the tools we have. And for that, I'm just going to say go back to the Facebook group if you've got questions.
Excellent. And when I send out the email in a little while today, I'll kind of outline 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 the steps that you'll want to. I know you're supposed to be writing them down, but I'll outline them in the email so that way you're prepared. Tomorrow's call, before I actually go into the training tomorrow, I'm going to go, as long as you invite me to be an admin in your store, I'm going to go in. And if you're missing something, if you're missing a legal page, if you're missing adding an email somewhere in the legal pages, if you have something missing, I'm going to go in and fix that for you. I'm going to make sure that you're up to speed and ready to go. You know, that's the benefit of being on this training today. You know, think of the people that didn't come back for the training today, but they want to keep moving forward. Well, they're not up to speed. I can't go in and help them because they didn't know to add me as an admin to go in and help you guys, because you made it to the training. If you mess up, if you forget something, it's okay. Now I'm able to go in, keep you up to speed. So tomorrow's training, you're going to have everything in place to be ready to have your funnel builder pages and your entire funnel. You know, by after that training, before the next one, your entire funnel is done. Everything from beginning to end is done. So that's pretty exciting for me. Before I let everyone go, does anyone have any questions, concerns about the training we went over today?
Hello.
Hi, Glavy.
Hi, Gary. May I know for the phone number? I haven't got the US phone number. Is that will affecting the result if I put the Thai number, like like Thailand phone number?
Yes, I would recommend not doing that for the fact that we are marketing to residents within the US. So to speak the language, if they see a phone number that's not in the US, that could give them a reason not to buy, right? That they feel like, oh, well, the product's coming from overseas, it's an overseas company, they're not comfortable, and that could give them a reason. So right now, remember, this is the beginning. Use our phone number. If you don't have a number, don't worry about it. Our number is there. We have customer support. We have people in place to take calls, to respond to customers. You know, in the beginning, this is about getting you set up and getting you to get sales, right? And once you're getting sales, then you can start, you know, you're making money. Now it's like, well, let me get my own business phone number. Let me use my own support. We're here also as a support system. We have people in place. If you said, hey, Gary, hey, Jim, you know, I don't want to be bothered with taking calls and things of that nature, we could put something in place with our customer support. As long as you're growing, you're getting sales, we're going to help you. And we'll, even if we have to assign someone in customer support directly for your store, if you're doing enough volume, we'll do that. So the quick answer to your question is, don't worry about it right now. Don't worry about setting up your phone number. As you saw, when we give you the theme, it already has our phone number in there. That's good enough. And let's get you getting sales this weekend and worry about the phone number later. Does that make sense?
Yes, thank you.
Excellent. Yeah, because I know she emailed me earlier mentioning because she's outside the U.S., she can't use Google Voice. So instead of trying to use Ring Central or eVoice or getting set up, let's just worry about that down the road and keep it moving. Do you agree, Jim?
Yeah, sure. So if you are out of the U.S. and you don't want to manage your own customer support and you don't have the time to get things set up with the VPN so you can get a number, for simplicity, absolutely. You can use our customer support as long as you have Gary on your store and our agents can log in there to look up a customer if they call us or if they message or something, then hey, we can go ahead and get it set up that way to begin with until you start generating the revenue you need to be able to put your own customer support in place. But until then, yeah, we've got no problem with that.
There we go. Any other questions? Anyone else before we go from this call? All right, there we go. So I expect to see invites from everybody for me to gain access to their store to help you along the way. Throughout the day today, over the next few hours, you'll be getting emails from me with the links so you can just plug and play. So you can upload the theme, upload the collection, and get to work so we have a store that's branded for you in place before tomorrow's call. We're going to have our next call at the exact same time tomorrow. It's 11 a.m. where I am, and I know it's nighttime for a lot of people that are on this call outside the U.S. But that's it, Jim. We're at the hour mark. We've accomplished what we wanted to do. So excellent. Thank you, everyone, for being on the call, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Take care, guys.
All right, guys. See you.